Hello, everyone, and welcome to PAPAtv Live. My name's John Reupload, and we are here at the secret location in a place undisclosed just outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we are bringing you some live pinball coverage and action of today's pinball events. I am here with my ever-faithful compatriots, Pete Hendricks next to me.
Hi, John.
Hey. And Virginia Hendricks next to Pete.
Hi, John.
Hey, you guys have the same last name. Is there any significance to that?
Not at all.
Okay.
One of us is a good pinball player, and I'm not.
Okay, then.
I got nothing. All right.
You stunned John speechless.
Tonight we are playing two games. We are playing Dialed In, and then we are going to switch over and play a little coverage of Viking, which is an older classic game. The first thing I'd like to start off in the broadcast is to say congratulations to Raymond Davidson for winning the IFPA 15 championship. This is his first or his second championship, and it's a back-to-back championship. I'd also like to thank the people who hosted that event, Adam and Denise, Josh, Zach, and Brian from IFPA. You guys are rock stars, and it was an awesome time up there in the great wide north.
Yeah, all the reviews I heard about the event have been nothing but spectacular. Adam should be very proud of all the work he had putting together that facility. It was a big deal to get a world event up to Toronto, and they did a remarkable job.
Yeah, I, from what I understand, Adam and Denise have been working on this project for 5 years to get this going. So
Wow.
they've put a lot of heart and soul and probably some blood, sweat, and tears into it as well. And so, what can I say? Thank you. I was there, and I qualified fairly well, and then I ran into Andre Masenkoff in the first round, and we had a good battle, but he did that verb called Masenkoffing me. He Masenkoffed me, which is
no shame in losing to
sort
a
of
past
painful.
world champion.
So I just want to pull something up. I got a text from a friend of mine, and it goes like this: John, it was another great run against the toughest of fields. But when will this losing to former world champions end?
Ooh,
Hope your round is on video.
harsh.
Wow.
I don't know when it'll end. I'd like it to end very soon, but they're pretty good. Go figure. So I went out in celebration of my second place finish at the New York City Championships, and I bought myself a trophy.
What was this trophy?
Hollywood Heat, baby.
Wow, what a great game. That's
It's styling.
that's what a premiere or a Gottlieb. A lot of fun.
I mean, see, if I had taken first, I would have gotten a big check and a lifetime supply of G Fuel. But because I took second, I get a styling pinball machine. Boom.
Hey, John.
Winning.
Yeah.
I hear that you won money on Sunday anyways.
Yeah. So I went to IFPA, and I finished in the round right before the money starts. So I finished in tied for 20th. So we drove back Sunday morning, and I was a little frustrated. I was so close to doing it. And so I came back and played in Fight Club tournament, which is testing the Pinburg games here, and won that. And so I got more whoppers and more money playing at a Fight Club in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, apparently we don't have any world champions in our lineup to stop you.
We could in the future. Anyways, moving right along. The next thing is the Southern Fried Gaming Expo, which is happening this weekend, and the Papa crew will be there to broadcast your pinball needs. And we will be covering the finals coverage of that tournament, and perhaps some of the final qualifying coverage, although that is not promised at this time.
We'll also have the finals of the women's tournament.
Oh, is that true? Okay.
Yes.
So Pete, you and Virginia, you guys have both been to Atlanta before.
Yes,
what's
this
special?
is our third year going down there. I'm one of the assistant tournament directors, and Virginia helps out with running the main desk. And we've helped the Broyles put this event on over the past few years. It's a wonderful event.
You said the Broyles. I think we have them.
Well, hello there.
Why, hi.
Introducing Bryan
on?
Broyles, who, along with his wife Amanda, run the Pinvasion tournament. It's been a Papa Circuit event, now a Stern Circuit event over the past few years, and we're going to take a few minutes to talk to him about this great event coming up this weekend. But before we get to the tournament, where are you coming from tonight, Bryan?
We are coming to you live from Portal Pinball.
Now, this is the
It's
arcade.
an arcade we opened mid-December.
Right. Last year at this tournament time, this place wasn't but a dream, and now you have a arcade with tons of pins and bids there. Tell us a little bit about putting that all together.
I lost you there for a little bit.
Tell us about putting together Portal.
Okay. Well, 20 of these games are in the basement already. You know, I've been collecting and sharing for a long time, running the tournaments here in Georgia. And then it comes time where I noticed a lot of people all over, you know, Florida, Tennessee. A lot of the places were opening up barcades, and some were just true arcades. And I thought it was time, you know. There was nothing in our area, believe it or not, with more than, at the time, 3 pinball machines. We have another place now that has 10 down in Atlanta, but we're at 27 at the moment.
That's pretty nice. And I know you've been running
Genesis
many many tournaments down there, and wasn't the Georgia States held there?
Yep, that's correct. This year we ran the state championship that Ray Smith won.
Yeah, but now we're moving on to bigger and better tournaments. Pinvasion 5, part of the Southern Fried Gaming Expo. Do we have anything new for the tournament this year?
Well, we've got Papa coming to broadcast, so that's really, really huge. This will be the second year we're doing the women's tournament, so we're really looking forward to that again. Some surprise games. A huge, nice space that we have to work out of, so that helps. Everybody gives people room to relax. You don't have to crowd together, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that is one nice part about this tournament. We have a separate room. Well, we share it with one other event, but you have some tournaments where the tournament area is all crowded. That will not be the case down there. But speaking of the show, besides Pinvasion itself, what other exciting things go into the Southern Fried Gaming Expo?
Every year they kind of just add something different, new, and exciting. They do board gaming now. They have an open area that basically runs 24 hours a day. That's board gaming. So if you're into the board gaming, you can do that pretty much all night. They do a film festival now. They have a bands actually now. I think actually a couple of the bands that played at Replay FX Oh, it's driving me nuts now, that one band. They're really great. But anyway,
Was it Triforce?
they do wrestling. I know it's kind of controversial. And then this year, they're going to have a hot pepper eating contest.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Well, we know if John were going, he'd be entering that.
I would hurt myself probably. And maybe others.
But it is a great show. I know after we closed up one of the nights, I went up there, and they had the Whitewood of TNA. I'm going to check that out, and it was really neat. And then after they closed off the showroom, I went out there and got pulled into a Magic the Gathering game, just right on the spot. The crowd and the people down there are amazing. When they say Southern hospitality, this show really means it. Talking about Southern hospitality, Amanda, your wife, she does an amazing job of helping you run this. Could you have pulled it off without her?
Answer carefully.
Absolutely not. I mean, I tried to get her on here. I tried to get, yeah, really put me under the gun there. I'm just kidding. Of course, without her, we couldn't do it. I mean, it's really a team. It is me and her, just like Portal is a team. It's me and her. You know, I slowly drug her into pinball, you know, kicking and screaming. But now, after all the things we've done, like with Project Pinball and helping out the charities and seeing the smiles and faces and bringing stuff back to people and people really enjoying it, and even the tournaments, you know, bringing people together from all over the country and giving them some good games, a good time, and a good show, and that's really all I really care about.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. She is.
That's what it's all about, promoting pinball and even any of the other games, gaming, and the Southern Pride Gaming Expo and Pinvasion. We're going to put on a great event this weekend. Thank you for your time, Brian.
And I got to say, without Pete and Virginia, too, Pinvasion would be really hard to do. So I've got to give both of them a huge shout out. They've helped so many times that it's a must.
Let's not forget about our other assistant tournament
Kevin
directors.
Shanis.
And we have Ed Williams from the Papa crew coming down to assist us this year as well. So hopefully if anyone comes down, we put on a great event for you guys.
And don't forget Lewis Bevins from last year.
Brian, do you want the last word? Do you have anything else to add here?
Nope. Just look forward to seeing everybody and having a good time.
Sounds good, man.
Right to the point.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Dialed in?
Dialed in.
I was going to do a lead in for you there.
Good try, Brian. Good try. I'm just looking forward to defending the women's title.
I know it.
Thanks again, Brian
That's
Broyles,
right.
For taking some time. And now we'll move on to some Dialed In and the keys of the game.
The keys to the game. Virginia Hendricks.
Excuse me while we experience a moment of technical difficulty.
Technology is wonderful.
Technology
Okay.
is wonderful.
The keys to the game are brought to you by our friends at Path of Play. All right, keys to the game. The Start Me Up. The QED target and the cell phone get your game modes going. For Sim City, you acquire SIM cards upon successful completion of the game modes. This fills in the dialed in letters. The SIM card is lost if the ball drains before making the shot. Getting cards increases shot values for future game modes and progresses to Wizard mode. Then, what about Bob? Acquire the Hold Bonus X skill shot and build up Wicked End Ball bonus points. You make the super skill shot. If you make the super skill shot immediately, it gives you 2x. And then every other completion of the Bob targets turns the Bob light at the left orbit yellow. And then hitting the shot at that time increases your bonus X. And then the bonus X will continue to the next ball.
Yeah, bye. I might need a new phone for reading these tips. Let Lewis stepping up.
All right, Lewis Bevins stepping up to the plate. Player
Well, she-
one in Dialed In.
She mentioned a super skill shot. Are you going to go
I'm
for
not
it?
going to do, because I missed it.
That's usually the reason you don't do it. I mean,
This is a little... Oop.
Oh!
there's a warning. There's a danger. Is he going to get away with it?
Well, I'm going to get away with it, but I'm not getting any of those back for the rest of the game.
Right. That's the thing about Jersey Jack machines. You only get one set of warning and dangers per game.
Now, is that a setting that you can turn off if you choose to?
I believe so.
Another thing that wasn't mentioned in the keys to the game is the Big Bang. I found that when you hit that, you watch points go up exponentially.
Now, stepping up to the plate, Chris Stevens.
Well, thank you, everybody. This is not one of my my finer games, but I'll see if I can make it somewhat interesting for you.
I have trouble with that game. This game as well.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know.
It seems to be a game that you can get a hold of from time to time, and then it can just destroy you the very next time.
You know, for me, Pete, I feel like the flippers just feel different. I don't know what the term is. It's not bad. It's just different.
Is it like, are they like? Do they feel like they're at a different angle or different reactions, or what do you mean?
Different reaction speed for sure. I definitely feel like when I hit the button to when the flipper actually actuates is a different period of time.
Okay, so Chris hit the QED guy there, and now he has his first mode ready in the phone, which is off to the right side there.
It's
and,
glowing green.
and we get to see Eruption.
Whoops.
Oh, why do you say whoops?
I don't like either of the middle.
So there's certain modes that you like better than other modes. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, certainly.
What's your
I'm a big fan of the Whirlwind Mode.
Now, the modes, you are able to change them, right?
Correct. You can use your left flipper before you shoot the phone to select your mode, but you only have like a specific amount you can do.
Okay. Now, this right here is a big part of this game. You want to finish your modes to light your SIM card. You can either do it by right on cue. You can do either by hitting the big bang, which will automatically finish the mode, or you could hit the specific shots. After you finish the mode, that lights your SIM card, which is a little scoop to the right, or to the left part of the, well, the right part of the left ramp, Chris pointed out there.
It's right above where the green big bang shot is now.
If you collect that, it's
Yes.
100,000.
Sorry.
This is amazing. It's
yeah, he's got
100,000.
multi-ball.
If you do everything the very first time you play the game, you are Chris. The rest of us are just like, okay, we struggle for this. Uh-oh, look out.
Okay, he did start the multi-ball there, and you saw the ball right after the first one drained, like flutter there. You will be
Oh no.
attacked by force, and it'll make your flippers flutter. It's a really interesting dynamic to the game.
And now he's being attacked by imps. An imp. Look out, it's the imp.
Oh boy.
Isn't there a magnet in there somewhere
Yeah.
too?
Yeah, let me show you.
Well, this,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not a magnet. That is a spiritual force.
Oh.
Yeah, so a lot of people will actually time this particular mode out because of that. On the good news is that he got that SIM card. He gets to keep that for the rest of the game. So that means all his modes will have increased bonuses associated with them. And
that was a great first ball.
next is Jake, who is the Quantum City Taiko drum expert.
Oh, Chris flew through stuff so quick, we really didn't get to talk about some of the progress that he made. You need to start your first mode, and after you finish it, it'll light your lock. You can collect the lock from the left loop or the middle ramp, or the ramp from the upper right flipper. We'll see if Jake can get to that point. There, he started his first mode, and he has Eruption as well.
So we have a question from the chat. Steve Daniels asked us, since he had 2 warnings and low bonus, wouldn't tilting it as it was draining actually make sense? Or don't the warnings reset after that?
I believe that the way it's set up, they do not reset. That
was in reference to
yeah,
Lewis.
Lewis's first move would result in a tilt immediately.
Yeah, I mean, if it's worth using them, you use them. You know, you just know you're not going to have as many as you normally do in a game.
Damn it.
Yep, you got 2. Use them wisely. Now that QED guy, he's a
pain.
He always seems to be in the way.
I keep hitting him and he keeps coming out.
I was going to say, isn't that like, what, Mick Jagger and, oh gosh, what's the other one that has the roving targets?
Yeah, but we like QED guy. We do not like Mick Jagger.
Oh, so we're okay with hitting Mick, but not QED guy.
oh.
Got it.
That was a little bit of a, I don't know, maybe a little bit of a wiggle might have saved that ball,
Yeah.
but
that's one you have to expect to come in the.
Oh, the other game is Monster Bash Dracula. How could I forget that?
For which is this trivia?
So, Lewis, I have a trivia question for you, Lewis.
Go ahead.
What's a payphone?
A payphone is where you put money into a phone and supposedly you actually get to call people with it.
Does
Okay.
he know what a rotary phone is?
Have you ever seen one, Lewis?
I've watched a little bit of Doctor Who. I've seen the TARDIS. That's like a payphone.
Good answer.
All right, fair enough.
Wow.
And I actually did just watch Dial M for Murder last week, so I have seen a payphone. A rotary phone, I should say.
Yeah. If you're looking for a payphone, somewhere along 79 in West Virginia, there's a truck stop that actually still has a payphone.
Really?
Yes.
They're few and far between. Okay, so now Lewis has the bob lit, and there he's shooting for it, and he gets lottery frenzy.
And I get it straight down the middle.
But you scratched off your 5,000.
Yeah, he played the lottery, and guess what happens when you play the lottery? You lose. That's right. So that kick out of that phone is sort of squirrely.
It's mean. You can't predict what it's gonna do. You flip. You hope.
Like a flip phone?
Like a flip phone.
Do you have a flip phone, Chris?
I did at one point,
Okay.
but now
I was just fed false
yeah.
information that you actually have a flip phone at this point.
I think
I'm not Trent.
There you go.
Oh, no, Trent, does he have a flip phone now?
Oh, no,
I don't
his-
even
his
think his
doesn't
phone
even
was a
flip.
flip.
It doesn't
No,
even
no,
flip.
his phone doesn't flip. They hadn't
It's just a-
invented that yet.
It's just a brick with buttons. It's awesome.
Hey, it works.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, MK Gort points out that the payphones still work over here in the UK. And I have noticed that in other countries besides the US, payphones, there's still more of them. Maybe not anywhere near as many, but there's still more.
And I remember the days of coming back from a football game and calling my mom on that payphone to come pick me up.
Oh no!
Yeah, so do
Chris
I.
is starting the alien invasion.
As I center drain from the kickout. Okay, not.
That was a nice speed.
Oh, that wasn't.
So how do you light the kickback?
It's the bob targets on the left.
Yeah, those stand-up targets that are in blue, correct?
Yes.
Oh,
Bob is a very important part of this game. Between
yeah.
light and bob modes and relighting your kickback.
I don't know. I keep wanting to ask, what about Bob? Wasn't that a movie?
Yes, it
It
was.
was a movie and
There-
a key to the game.
Yeah.
Now you see Chris cleared them out there, so he has his kickback back.
That's
And
Oh, what a reaction.
Ugh.
Nice job, man.
Well done.
What a bad nudge.
and a lock out of that. That was a great combo.
And that's why he has more points than the rest of us will ever get at this point.
Now,
Well-
to relight to light your locks after the first multi-ball, you have to shoot both ramps, which he did, and then the locks are the ramp from the upper right flipper. What would you call it? The center ramp? The upper left ramp?
The
Oh, boy.
side ramp.
Reverse
I
Doctor
don't
Who
know.
loop?
Side ramp. Let's
Side
call it the
ramp.
side
That'll
ramp.
work. Yeah, that's good.
So do the modes go in a particular order?
No. Like Chris mentioned, you can change them by flipping.
Oh boy.
But if you don't change them by flipping.
Well, if you don't flip, you're probably not going to get the mode.
Oh, good point. Duh.
Okay, now Chris has a second lock lit. And uses his kickback again.
Again. See, but that was smart that he relit that.
And his bob is he's got at least one bob, maybe two.
I also have
It's-
extra ball lit.
It's always good to have multiple
Now
bobs.
that's one. What lights the extra ball? I'm not sure of that.
I don't know, but I know that the orange, you see like the darker color, and also there's a sign here that I literally just now noticed, and it says that the extra ball is blinking.
Yes.
Extra ball is blinking.
Extra ball's blinking. We're just gonna go for this guy because I want a mode.
And that would be good if you could get a mode and then use the big bang that's ready up on the playfield. Then he would have another SIM card lit. And he could possibly get medieval.
Okay. Another bob, another kickback, and another bob awards ready.
Yay.
Extra ball.
Read all about it. Okay, that's fine.
That was both good and bad.
But yeah.
It's bounces like that that I never seem to get.
Oh boy.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And you think it's all just luck?
That's not good.
Hey, I know it's skill. Believe me, I've watched too many good players to not have that discussion. But there is an element of luck. Sometimes you expect it to bounce and doesn't.
Yes. What do I aim for in this mode?
So,
The drones?
Good answer.
That's what it said.
I don't even know where the drones are.
shoot the lit shots, Chris.
Yeah, the flashing shots. That's what you shoot for.
Right. I'm not good at singularities.
And now,
That's big.
Was that good?
That was
you got
good.
Big Bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and he got a SIM card. Look
me
at
an
that.
eye.
Wow.
I think that's one of the best
Wow.
shots in pinball right now. The Big Bang into the SIM card combo. He didn't collect any drones, but I think the Big Bang and SIM card is more
Yeah,
than
I'll
worth
take
it.
it.
How about it? And notably, that was also a lot of points.
Yes.
You know.
Okay, now this is a Pat Lawler game, so you'll see a lot of the modes have themes based off of games that he previously was part of.
Such as?
There's one for Whirlwind.
Oh boy,
oh,
look
goodness.
out! Here we go.
Ah,
Oh,
Okay. There was a question from the chat, and the question is: does Papa have any tournaments in the UK?
We do not. As Papa itself, there are IFA events in the UK, but currently no Papa events outside of. I don't think we ever had one outside of the United States yet, have we? We've never done a Canada.
I
event.
believe we have had had circuit events in the UK.
How do I get a ball save?
I don't know how you got a ball save, Chris. Sorry.
Yeah. There have been international circuit events, but Papa directly, I don't think, has ever gone outside the U.S.
We should change that.
Hey, I'd like to travel.
World tour.
I'd
And
like
we
to
get-
travel
we get the
across.
instant
look
replay
at that. Oh my goodness, a direct shot to the SIM card and a big fist pump right afterwards.
Okay, so
that was worthy of a fist pump, I gotta say.
Yeah, that doesn't happen too often.
going for the skill shot there. There's a little slot up behind the pop bumpers there, sort of like the Addams Family skill
Whoa,
shot
that's so fast.
that you're going for. There's also awards on the right, or in the shooter lane that scroll, and that decides which skill shot you get if you do hit it.
I hit you and you did nothing. You did nothing.
I hit you and you did nothing.
Great ball there by Chris, though.
Yeah,
That
very
is-
nice. Wow.
I've never had that problem, Chris.
Hey, John, I remember you beating me on this game. Let's see, it was down in Morgantown a few months ago.
Did we play on it? Did we? Oh, good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you knocked me out.
Was that the one where we had that Phantom Slam Tilt on?
I don't think that one was on. That was on Attack from Mars, and then we went over to Dialed In.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And Jake gets a second chance. So
Yay.
congratulations, Jake. Don't blow it.
It's alive.
All right, he's got a singularity, which is usually something you do not. What was that?
That was a singularity.
That
That
was
truly
singularly
was a
suckful.
singularity.
so that just answered. If your ball goes into the singularity, it does not come back. Deep thoughts by
From a physics perspective and just from a dialed-in maintenance perspective, the habit trail right next to the phone sometimes sags, and no matter what power setting you set it on, sometimes that ball will just clang off the habit trail if it's too low. I think that's what Jake and I have been experiencing today.
That sounds like an excuse to me.
Hey, I use my
Wow.
dangers for good.
Wait. Who's on the game and who's currently sitting at the table on the mic?
I don't know. Who are?
Because Lewis has played this game a lot, Probably after this game, we'll be switching places so that he can add some more insight on things that I don't know.
I was going to say, because we haven't seen the emoji mode, we haven't seen the selfie mode.
Well, they're just random modes you get when you get the bob feature. So
10 bobs, or you're not doing it right.
10 bobs or bust?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that, well, after a certain amount of bobs, I believe, you are guaranteed to get a multi-ball out of a bob. Is that correct?
Yes, every the third bob and then every 4 bobs after that is a multi-ball.
That's
right.
a lot of bobs.
Actually, my next bob is a multi-ball if I can hit it.
What? That kick out is so mean.
Yup.
I guess this is the one that's going to be in the Pinburg Bank, so pay attention to this, folks, and be ready to save that ball when it comes screaming down the middle and you have no dangers left.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can tell a Papa game by how it kicks balls out.
Now, you mentioned that every third bob, you knew what I was going to ask you. Now, you've stacked 2 multi-balls together. He has Monkey Wrench
Yep.
going with the regular multi-ball.
And that was smart because he had 2 balls that were going to come kicking out of that phone. It was a good
Give
time,
me a
too.
shot. There we go.
Oh, look at that. Super
Defend
jackpot.
the flipper.
Which
So
is,
those super jackpots are kind of like a, if you don't get them, one of your flippers starts chattering and it's really hard to control it. So when you see those bars light up, figure out what you gotta shoot and go for it.
well, it's a cell phone game, so you're looking for more bars.
Always looking for more bars in more places.
Oh.
That was
Can
one
you
of the
hear me now?
That was one of the more
Good.
interesting tilt forum topics. If you had a ball stuck on this during the multi-ball and you have the ball trapped up and the attack's coming, what do you do?
All right.
Get rid of it. You can't. I mean, it's. I mean, what was the answer on the tilt form topic?
What Keith said essentially was it's not going to attack both flippers, so if you see the attack coming, just pass it over to the other flipper.
Oh gosh, that's so smart.
I would like to call him out on that. They do attack both flippers eventually.
Do they like at the same time?
Yes, if you get far enough in the main multi-ball, it will actually light up both bars and say, shoot QED or you lose all your flippers.
So
You gotta get pretty darn far.
So wait,
Ah! That was a screamer.
I was going to say, do you have an extra ball and was another one lit or was... Yeah.
Nope.
He lit it and collected it almost instantaneously.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because I saw the extra ball was lit, but then I saw his shoot again was solid, and I was like, wait a minute.
Lewis, I'd like to tell you a little story about the one time where the 1.5 times where I decided I would argue with Keith Johnson about the rules to his own games. And I just want to let you know, it doesn't end well for me.
Oh, I've had discussions with Keith on some of his games and roles, and this was one of them where if I didn't see it myself, I wouldn't be mentioning it.
Fair enough.
It was definitely a scary moment, though, and it's like you have your balls trapped up, and it's nice and calm, and oh, both of my flippers are being attacked. I should probably do something about that.
Here comes a singularity. The last time we had a
There
singularity,
we go.
Jake got eaten by it.
And
And this time, the singularity eats Lewis.
I'm just not
Waited-
used to the pitch on this game. The slap saves aren't working.
way to jinx him, John. Way to go.
Sorry. I did not mean to jinx your ball.
Yes, you did.
Well, somebody has to get Jake out of the singularity. He's stuck there right now, so.
Hey, he's still got one more ball. Anything can happen.
Can you have more than one person in a singularity?
So, wow. Shout out to our producer, James Coons, who says that Chris creates his own natural disasters.
All right, now here we got the Whirlwind Mode.
Oh, that was a really awesome nudge. That was really, really good.
Oh, ouch.
That was really not an awesome nudge. That was really bad.
I was aiming to light my kickback and I didn't.
You were too busy getting your back scratched by me
I-
over
oh.
here, and you're
I was admiring that save as well.
I was
trust
like-
me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, John, that's two jinxes now.
You could see there during the mode summary, he had a 3x multiplier. If he actually would have had a chance to hit some shots, that could be some big points.
all right. So Jake, you're behind by a whole lot of points. What are you going to do?
Try not to drain.
And shoot the
Be nice,
flashing
it would be
shots.
nice to get this multi-ball going.
Okay, so in order to get the multi-balls going, he's going to have to put a ball in the lock or the bob shot, which is also the lock.
Up only for the first one.
And it probably would be a good idea if you could start a mode also with that, which would mean keeping the QED guy. Just saying. Oh, his phone is partially charged. One more hit. There's a QED. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
that's a
Okay, that's coming back.
double kickback.
All right.
Okay, so now if he were to lock a ball very quickly and then hit the phone after locking the ball, he would be into a multi-ball stack with a mode with a big man almost lit.
And the good news is he's an EMP strike, so this should be
Easy.
very easy.
Nothing could possibly go wrong in an EMP strike. Okay, he has locked the ball.
Woohoo! Yeah. Oh,
He-
here's
and
the
he-
emojis.
Okay, now if he survives his kick out, he's going to shoot it back in the phone and get himself a multi-ball.
John, you're trying to. You need to.
Oh, look at that. That's perfect.
Uh,
Well, he got a ramp.
He could have passed that over there.
Come on, Magnet. Throw it in for him.
Oh,
One
come
time.
on.
One time.
Oh. I don't know. The game's smiling at that drain. Shame on it.
Kick back into the phone. There it is, right there on the instant replay. And now we get to see Chris put in some name. Probably mine.
Yours. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh, don't you? Oh,
no,
don't you?
I think he's going to put his
Own name.
own name.
All right, we're going to fire up another game of Dialed In. And I think that was a good example of a fairly a set of good games that were shown there. And Lewis is going to actually... Oh, dude, you the man, Chris. You are the man.
Oh, nobody photobombed his
Oh, that was awesome.
Be right back.
Yep. Lewis is going to take the time to put in my name as well.
I'm not gonna have to interrupt you during a part of the or like a I guess you'd say like a I don't know. I'm trying to remember what it's called when we end the show because
It's called The End.
the end.
The final.
Yeah,
The curtain.
yeah. When we had this happen last time.
I want to see.
Oh wait, that is a nope.
I want
There
to
we
see
go.
him. Somebody photobomb.
There's
his
nothing that
picture.
makes good TV like a spelling error.
Hey, it just goes to show
Beyond.
we're human.
All right. Well, joining us in the booth, we'd like to welcome Lewis Bevins, who will probably be able to tell us some of the finer points of play on Dialed In.
Indeedy. As a side note,
Indeedy?
Indeed.
Is that a word?
yes.
Indubitably.
If it's not, I've just made it a word.
Welcome, Lewis.
Thank you.
If Lewis said it,
Thank you,
it's
John.
true.
Yeah, photobombing on this game is an art. I know. Specifically on this machine, if we ever get a moment, you could see Silas has photobombed 2 of my high score initials. One of them is literally just a picture of Silas. Silas
What did he
Russell
do?
being
Just
a
like
local
push you
PPL
out of the
player.
way?
No, he was over my shoulder, and the game recognized his face, not mine.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a quirk of the photo thing is that if there's 2 people real close together, it
Oy.
grabs one of them.
Yes.
I'd just like to mention, they throw so many... There were so many toys in this particular game. I mean,
Yes.
some of you
Yes.
don't... Like, you can play this game on your phone, can't you?
Yes, you can.
Hmm.
Jersey Jack Pinball app on the iTunes and Google Play Store.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, cool. I'm going to download that after the show. Awesome.
This game actually has a Bluetooth receptor in it, and if you have the app, you can sync your phone up. It remembers your high score, your last score, your name, and lets you play with your phone. This is one of those few times where your parents can encourage their kids to play with their phone at the table.
Well, Pete is he's setting himself up for a big bang, which
Oh,
would
wow, that
complete
was-
the entire mode if he did it in time.
He also has.
Oh, he went for it on the fly.
Yeah, that's nothing new.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean,
Yeah, he also has the opportunity here to maybe get eke a few more points out of the mode with
The dialed-in Stucky.
the dialed-in trapdoor Stucky. Fun fact with that mode, depending on the shot you take, the point values for the rest of the mode differ. So if you shoot the left orbit, or if you shoot the side ramp when it's lit, when it's strobing, you'll get more points than, say, if you shoot the left ramp, or the theater, or the right orbit ramp thing.
So
emojis.
we have a couple points made in the chat, and a question. How long has this table been out? I think it's last year, or is it 2
Yeah, I
years
was gonna
ago?
say. I thought it was at least a year.
2017. I want to say mid-year 2017.
But it's a new table. I
Yes.
mean,
Yeah, it's fairly.
this table this is a table that you can still get if you desire to buy it as a brand new table.
Mm-hmm.
And you can send a check directly to JON at that's not accurate.
No. Stop there, John.
And another point was a participation award. What is that in the game?
So, if you haven't done anything, if you haven't shot a combo, started a mode, collected any of your bonus from the theater, if you have done nothing, the game will give you 500 points as a participation bonus to say, thanks for trying.
So this is... Now, I just probably shouldn't go down this line of wherever I'm going with it,
I'm
because it's
afraid
probably
to
not a
ask.
good idea.
Go ahead.
Meanwhile, Jake got killed by a singularity last game, and this game, it's going to be a whirlwind.
Well, let's see if we can do the whirlwind combo.
The whirlwind combo.
There's
Yes.
a combo?
Oh, if you hit the...
If you hit all 4 shots back to back to back to back, you get 50,000 points, and the game has a fanfare that goes whirlwind combo.
Really? There's 2.
Yup.
There's 2.5. There's some pop-uppers.
I think there's no chance of that now.
But he can still finish the mode to get the SIM card.
Well, yeah, but I meant the whirlwind.
You can shoot ramp combos quite well.
Oh, he got a big bang progress there. He is. And he relit the bob, which is good because he got another kickback. Nice slap
save.
save.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Fine friend of ours at Papa once told me about this game. One of the most important things you can do in the game, if you don't have the kickback, shoot Bob. Because if you could spell Bob, that's like an extra ball.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was told that a long time ago. If you don't have your kickback and you can get it back, you do so. All right, so the good news is he was killed by an EMP strike. Oh wait, no, that was the bad news.
EMP strikes can kill?
The good news is that he wasn't killed by a singularity, right?
Or a whirlwind. Speaking of whirlwinds, Evan Bookbinder.
Good day, gentlemen. And Virginia.
Good day, Evan.
Tell us about the weather in Quantum City today, Evan.
So the irony is what I spent my day doing today.
By all means, what did you spend your day doing?
Surveying actual tornado damage just south of here.
Where
From,
at?
from last night.
Wow.
Whoa.
Where?
Where?
Just south of McMurray over toward Finleyville. Yep.
Oh.
So was this a tornado that would be classified on the Fujinati scale?
The Fujinati scale.
The necktie, Nishkanon.
Vegeta scale.
Vegeta
Yes.
scale, that thing.
Is it a truly acknowledged tornado, in other words?
That's right.
Acknowledged tornado.
Acknowledged tornado.
Oh, acknowledged. Yes. Well, congratulations on surveying tornado damage. Let's see if you can create your own now.
That works.
That was a
That was
nice
well
bank
played.
shot.
Thank you.
Let's see how he handles this less squirrely kick out right now.
You know, Evan's our weather forecaster, and he is going to Atlanta. Maybe he can give us the weather forecast for Atlanta later for the weekend.
Well, you know, it's going to be hot.
It is hot
In
Atlanta.
more ways than one.
Look out.
My
Okay.
playing is not hot.
Oh, there's a warning. He
Careful.
is. Oh, that was good. He got his kickback back.
Yeah.
I'm
It's like an emperor's
desperately
new groove.
flailing, trying to make the. Oh,
Ooh, that was close.
Uh,
That ramp can be very frustrating.
get out of my way, sir.
Oh, yes.
He bashes on the QED guy.
well, he's fortunate on that ramp in that it isn't one where if you miss your shot on that ramp, it's going to come screaming down the middle.
No progress on that mode.
Yeah.
So, are you going to lock a ball before? I guess that answered that question. He's going to try to post pass here.
So did anybody mention the special technique with
Oh.
locking balls in this game?
There's
Mm.
a special technique.
So
Terrible.
you
Tell me.
can. So if you lock the last ball to start a multi-ball,
Okay.
the game will automatically go, "Hey, we're gonna start multi-ball." But it actually says on the phone if you hit the flippers, and if you just like what I was doing, I was mashing the flippers, it'll delay the lock until you start your next mode or the end of your ball.
And it says it there somewhere. Is it what you're saying? Or doesn't it say it
It
somewhere?
says it
Who
right on the
says
phone.
it says it on the phone?
So you had to be looking at the screen and at the phone at the same time?
Who looks at the screen?
Who looks at the screen?
Oh my goodness, multitasking.
But yeah,
Oh,
you can
nice.
cancel your mode.
Why would you do that?
So the reason to delay your multi-ball is if you want to bring a mode in with it.
Okay.
So you can either start a mode, lock a ball, start your multi-ball, or you can lock the ball, so that's all settled and done. Start your mode, and if you get a nice trap, you can put it right back in the phone to start your multi-ball.
So we have a special guest in the chat, and it's Joe Katz, who actually did some production work on Dialed In.
Hello,
Ooh,
Joe.
hi, Joe.
Welcome, Joe, and please feel free to correct us for all the stuff that we say wrong. Well, all the stuff I say wrong and Lewis Price says right, but
Well, and I'm not going to say anything wrong because I don't know the rules as well as you and Lewis.
What are you shooting for, Petey?
Oh, do you want me to start a mode before the multi-ball or just get the multi-ball?
Well, you can't start a mode because your multi-ball's lit.
so what can he do now? Nothing?
He can start the multi-ball.
Oh,
He's
so, he
kind of in
can't,
mode jail.
so he can't cancel it at this point.
Nope.
Okay.
You can only cancel it once you've locked that last ball.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's a horrible world we live in where we like to cancel multi-ball.
I know. How many times do you do that on, what is it, Aerosmith?
As many as it takes. I do it I cancel the multi-ball 3 times. Bowen only cancels it 2 times.
And I have trouble canceling it because my first thought is, ooh, points.
Well, that was a quick multi-ball.
Uninspiring.
I was inspired.
With how a lot of games are, quick multi-ball is pretty much fit.
Okay, so if he can get his next mode lit, he does have a big bang in play.
Yep. He does have 2. I think he has 1 mode, so he can.
Look out.
Ooh,
Nice,
nice
save.
save. And a nice nudge off
Oh,
the slingshot in
very
order to keep
nice.
Very
alive.
nice.
So there's a meteor storm, there's a big bang,
And there's a multi-ball.
and a kickback, and a multi. Oh my goodness gracious! Good things could happen.
Yep. That bob arrow is red, and red means multi-ball.
I thought red made it. Oh boy!
Monkey wrench.
Sneak past the mechanic.
Yep. If you can shoot the left ramp well, and you can time it while the
Boom, shakalaka.
There we go.
Wait, that was quick.
Yep.
That was like a meteor explosion.
Oh yes. Now go get your next mode, Petey.
Wait, what are you saying? You can get another mode?
In Bob multi-balls, you can still get modes.
Yeah, this
Like
isn't
this.
regular multi-ball.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, an EMP strike during multi-ball. That's a good plan.
So it's like the regular multi.
Nothing could possibly go wrong here, Pete.
Yeah.
Are we timing this out then?
No, because this is PAPAtv, but
What I'm
Wait.
hearing is you're timing out the wrench so you can get the jackpot.
Oh, okay. So,
Or
he's
go like
almost to a
center.
big. He could also get another big bang, and then he'd have a second SIM card lit, and it's another completed mode. And he would have a high score. Ooh, that was close.
Hey, you notice he's doing some controlled playing here.
hush.
Hey, I'm allowed.
You know, I think we should have Virginia comment on her husband's games more often.
This is very entertaining.
Well, we were driving up here and he commented on the fact that I didn't hardly cover him at all when I was doing 8 hours of broadcasting at Nationals. But every time people are like, oh, we should go to that game, I'm like, nope, Pete's playing it. I said I tend to feel like I jinx him if I watch him playing.
Wow.
So when he's in tournament mode, I'm nowhere near.
Oh.
A kick out down the center, followed by down the center.
I tried for the shoot the one into the other, and my timing was just way off.
There's one ball and there's the chaser. But
So, a reminder about the add-a-ball during the regular multi-ball, which is shooting the phone 3 times.
Not, what, not 1, not 2, but 3.
5 is right out.
Wait a second here.
I forgot to do it in the accent. Oh, hey, it's a cow.
So Joe says it's not wise to use a bing bang to finish a mode once you have SIM card multipliers.
All right.
You want to cover that one, Lewis?
I'd like to thank Joe for the tag there. I was going to mention this eventually, but so the trick with SIM cards don't give you multiplied point values. So say if the mode's worth 60,000, you get 60,000 plus your big bang. If you have 5x SIM card, you get 300,000 if you complete the mode the old-fashioned way.
So are you saying that like big bangs sort of become a detriment as you go further into the game, maybe?
Yeah, it depends. So if you're looking for points, big bangs do become a detriment because you're losing out on potential points.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, but it gets you to an automatic chance for another SIM card.
Exactly. That's the
So it's the risk reward.
it's the risk reward. Now if you say get into a main multi-ball and stick it, you'll get your multi-ball jackpots, you'll complete the mode, and you'll get a bunch of points. So
Ooh,
that's
there's-
usually
That's danger.
Careful.
market safe.
That's a slap save. That's a lit big bang.
Yep, and here comes another left ramp lock feed.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's a good slap. Look out. Nothing could possibly go wrong now.
Thanks, Joe. Do you know of the phenomenon known as the commentator's curse?
That's what he keeps saying. He keeps jinxing people. He
Yeah.
needs to just not say anything.
Nice saves, Evan. Very nice.
Very nice work.
So I like the fact that there's that risk reward. You know, you can go just take the base value points and you can get it done immediately.
Yeah.
And get guaranteed a lit SIM card from the Big Bang. Or you can try to let it ride.
Mm-hmm. And that's the fun of this game when you're sitting on 4 SIM cards or so, and it's like, all right, I don't want to shoot that big bang. I want to play out this mode. If it's like, say, Tidal Wave or something relatively easy.
I mean, but every time you collect a SIM card, you get a letter
Add-a-ball, come on.
dialed in.
Yes.
Is it giving it to him?
What?
No. So
What happened?
if you get all the letters and dialed in, what happens, Lewis?
You get Showdown, the
Yeah.
ultimate wizard mode.
You win the game?
Well, you don't win the game yet. You have to face off against dialed-in electronics.
Spoiler alert.
And what happens when you face dialed in electronics?
Well, plot of this game is pretty much there's a company. They have this doomsday device camouflaged as a cell phone, and for some reason they lose it one day in Quantum City. Crazy Bob, being an opportunistic merchant, finds the phone and
Merchant? I'd say Crazy Bob is more than a merchant. Crazy Bob is
crazy.
Is the devil.
Yes, essentially.
Okay. Well, because he's crazy.
Well, yes. So he finds the phone, sells it to a random guy on the street. It's like, oh, here's your new smartphone. So the guy just going along the street, it's a normal, unassuming smartphone until he gets struck by lightning, activating the quantum generator that causes all of the catastrophic events we're seeing today.
I know this part of the story. This is where the devil steps on a hickory stump and takes a golden fiddle out.
That's essentially what the company Dialed In Electronics is trying to do the entire game, is find this guy, get the phone back, and probably do terrible things to him. Like sell his soul or something of that sort.
Yeah, but if they made the Doomsday device, then he basically accomplished their purpose or their mission, right?
Yes, but they wanted to keep the Doomsday device to themselves.
Oh.
They didn't want some random guy to just say, okay, it's time for a meteor storm.
Oh.
They wanted the power.
Okay. They want to be in control of it.
That's right.
I see.
Oh, look at that. Oh, there's some good selfies in there.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Chris has been trained. He's young enough that he knows how to take a good selfie.
Hold on, let's see if we can find the filters in this game.
Filters?
There's filters.
There's a handful of Easter eggs.
Wait, there's a filter on the camera? Are you talking about that type of filter?
All the Bob modes have Easter eggs, so there's a 1 in very low chance that you'll see either like alien ears or a cow head.
The
No
cow was
way.
in the emoji. The cow head was in the emoji mode.
Yup.
So that was a Easter egg.
Yes, there's also a 1 in very low chance that a cow emoji shows up.
No way. This game has so many cool things in it. Give me one.
Okay. Deviating briefly. Why is there always a cow in a pinball game?
John?
Ooh. I can't remember right now, and I know the answer to this.
Somebody in the chat room, quick, help us out.
So we'll throw it out there as a trivia question.
I'm too young for this.
Don't make me feel any older than I do.
Virginia, you do a very good job of organizing Pinvasion, so
a little hint for our
definitely
chat
feel,
room.
there's still a lot of youth.
It has to do with something burning.
Burning.
Burning. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
something burning in a particular city where pinball machines are often made.
Oh, that makes sense. I got
won't
it.
spoil it.
Okay, just throwing that out there as a little trivia hint.
So you remembered.
Maybe.
Or this is typical, John is just winging it.
Maybe.
Maybe it has to do something with a certain level in a video game.
So, I mean, I've heard a lot of people say they know the answer to this with certainty. And I've heard a lot of different answers from those people who say they know this with certainty. So just,
Do you know the answer, Pete?
I do not. I'm still wondering why I'm holding a spider value.
Shall we explain why you've got a spider value?
Go for it.
I got a singularity now, so.
Oh, no. We'll let you focus on that.
That's the thing that ate Jake earlier, right?
Yeah, it ate Jake. It likes eating people.
John, quit trying to jinx people.
I'll take partial blame for that one if it happens. I'm pretty superstitious about this mode now, too. Oh.
Isn't it amazing there's always that one mode in a game that you just feel like it jinxes you?
I don't know about that. I mean, I would say like Seance and Addams Family, but that's because there actually is a magnet that grabs your ball.
I don't appear a singularity.
So, what is your strategy now, Pete? Are you going to go directly for that SIM card, or are you going to go after another mode right away?
I'm going for another mode. I should be getting close to something, right, Lewis?
2 more.
2 more?
To something. Something we won't mention yet.
That's usually the case, Pete. That's usually the case. It might be close to the end of your ball, or it might be close to success.
And he finds his way to a bank shot SIM card.
All right, so there's a question from the chat, and what increases the bonus multiplier in this game?
All right. Shall I field it or take it?
Take it.
All right. So
You can
first
do
things
both.
first. Every second and fourth Bob Award, or like every even-numbered Bob Award, gives you a bonus multiplier. So you get a crazy bonus X, and that's when the Bob light is yellow. The Quantum Theater can also give bonus multipliers, and the super skill shots for the bonus X, the hold bonus X. The side ramp will give you 1, the scoop will give you 3. So there's a bunch of different ways to get bonus multipliers, and if you keep holding them and holding them, usually very good things happen, especially in combination with holding the different item values in the game.
So Joe Katz is on here watching, and he actually has a trivia for us.
Uh-oh.
So don't read the chat room right now. People who are, announcers and producers at PAPAtv.
I'm looking to the left.
Okay, so
I can't see the chat
the
room
voice
from
of
here.
the Singularity scientist is named Wally Welsh, who works for what pinball company and designed in the past games. Well, let's just leave those games blank and maybe you can guess.
Wally Welsh. I almost want to say with a name like that, Waterworld, but I know I'm going to be totally wrong.
Well, no. You said pinball company. You didn't
Yeah,
say
well,
pinball
Waterworld would
game.
be Gottlieb.
Oh, so you're saying Gottlieb. I'm thinking Williams.
I have no idea.
Okay, name a game.
Okay, well, first of all, currently employed by Jersey Jack.
Yep.
In the past has designed games such as Medusa, Mystery Castle, one of my favorites, and Pistol
goodness.
Poker.
Isn't that Bally?
Mystery Castle is...
No, but Mystery Castle.
Alvin G.
Alvin G.
Alvin G. Oh. Wait, that was an actual pinball?
Yeah. There's actually one in Pittsburgh.
Well, no, I said pinball company.
Yeah,
Oh.
so between 1990 and 1993, there was a revival of the Gottlieb name, and it was called. I mean, maybe that's not fair to say a revival of the Gottlieb name, but it was the company was called Alvin G.
Yes.
Huh.
Al's Garage Band.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was the actual company that did it. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, learn something new on PAPAtv.
Yeah, Al
Besides-
Gottlieb decided to make a game about making a garage band.
John had that game briefly. That
Yeah.
was a cool game.
Well, now it's at the pop-up facility, and it'll be a replay effect, so you can come check it out and visit it.
Yay!
Mystery Castle.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of playing Mystery Castle Friday night at Pinball Perfection. It was funny because one of the league members came up and said, "You've got to try this game. I'm really loving this game. It's called Mystery Castle." And I looked at him and I says, "I've played it before. It's a fantastic game." So,
Evan?
Did you guys get your answer with the cow yet?
Go ahead, Evan. You want to field the official PAPAtv live answer?
I'm going to take a
Seminar.
stab at this.
are
All
you
right.
sure you want to make this official?
Stab some things, man. Go ahead.
So, if memory serves me correct, sometime in the later 1800s
There we go.
in Chicago, where most of these fine pinball machines are made, there was a lady by the name of Mrs. O'Leary.
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 Okay, so what
Oh
happened?
my.
I could be
with Mrs.
completely wrong
O'Leary?
on that. I may have made that up. She had a cow. There was
Of
a
course she did.
There was a lantern.
Okay.
An oil lantern. Supposedly,
Mm-hmm.
the cow knocked over the lantern, which proceeded to burn down half the city of Chicago.
Okay.
There may be some exaggeration there, more or less, but
But
hence the inspiration of the cow and pinball machines.
And this whole event was immortalized in a pinball machine too.
Am I?
you're
close?
gonna have to take me on a little more of a leap of faith than that, because so just because a cow burned down half the city of Chicago, why is it in a pinball machine? And I got an answer for this, but
Because it's.
no, but I want you to know if you
don't
know
know.
the answer to this.
I don't know, but there should be more hot dogs and deep dish pizza in pinball
So
machines.
Evan, I'm putting you on the spot here. There was a game from Williams in 1987.
One we played here.
One we've played here
an
in the
exclamation
past,
point on the
and
end.
that's right. and what was the name of that game?
Fire.
That's right.
Or fire with an exclamation
There
point.
we go.
Oh yeah.
So it all comes full circle, doesn't
And
it?
was there a cow on the playfield or back?
Moo.
Oh,
There
now
was
we
a lot of
Whoa,
cows.
that's a deep mood, John. With that said, I will attempt to do something here.
I am intrigued now. We always call her Mrs. O'Leary.
Is it Miss? She wasn't married?
Oh, I thought it was Mrs. Maybe it is Miss. But either
Oh, there we
way,
go.
does anybody know her first name?
Do you know?
No, that's why I said
Okay,
I am
was
curious.
just throwing that out there.
You know?
That's
Mary O'Leary.
crazy.
Yeah, we should discuss. Or we are delving into history topics here on PAPAtv.
So we are going off on a tangent, which we do on PAPAtv.
Yes.
Well, we were talking about the cow, which was Mrs. O'Leary's, and which,
Oh, I didn't mean to pick that.
oh, I'm sorry. My
Oh my, no
husband
shot.
has come up with it was Catherine O'Leary, who was also known as Kate O'Leary. Thank you.
Until she unleashed a cow on the city, and they probably went and beat her.
They probably tarred and feathered her
Yeah,
and
I
kicked
mean-
her out of the city.
Oh man, I was trying to come up with some cheeky fire pun name. We are playing a game with a bunch of cheeky pun names.
So now Pete gets to put in his name and mine.
I'm afraid to ask what he's putting.
What is he putting in
VOU.
here? It's VOU. Wait, is this some sort of secret code? Or a typo?
Oh, vote.
Pedro? Is it Pedro?
Vote for Al Mysterio? Vote for...
Because thank you, Joe Katz is too long.
Vote for Joe. Vote for Joe.
Vote for John. Yeah.
Oh.
What are you running for, John?
All right.
I
well,
don't know what I'm running for, but I appreciate your vote and I thank you for your support. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do one more game of Dialed In here.
Yeah, I will be stepping out and letting Chris Stevens share his knowledge of this game because I actually think I would like to jump in and play.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So it's been a pleasure. Thank you, guys.
All right,
you,
thanks,
Virginia.
Virginia.
So what should I go for, Lewis? What haven't we seen?
What? Well, we haven't seen the thing that we were talking about.
So just
going
all
for
modes? All right.
Well, that's what you go for in this game. Is pretty much all modes.
All modes, all the time.
With a hint of multi-ball. It's like the secret spice.
Man, I didn't know this was actually a cooking game.
Well, there is a pizza delivery man in this game by the name of Tony Pepperoni.
Well, where's Tony at?
He is the guy who talks to you during the EMP strike mode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question for you, Lewis. A trivia question for you. Who actually does the voice of Crazy Bob in this game?
There's a lot of trivia about this game.
Was it Jersey Jack?
No.
Well, I am not actually sure about voice actors in pinball for the most part.
I'll give you a hint.
All
The
right.
initials are JK.
Well, it wouldn't be our lovely producer James Coons,
No.
and it wouldn't be Jake Cola J Chick.
No.
Joe Katz.
That would be a good guess. And correct.
Woohoo!
That was my guess. After I learned it was the right one.
So meanwhile, Pete is being attacked by a whirlwind, or is saving the city from a whirlwind. I sort of like the idea of Pete being attacked by a whirlwind.
Yeah.
No, that's how this game is. You're not saving anything, you're destroying it.
I mean,
Okay, so now Big Bang is lit, and whirlwind is still going, right? Yeah.
Yep. Well, Whirlwind's over. He's got his next mode ready, and let's see what he goes for.
Oh, that was that was a fortuitous bounce, I'd
Very
say.
nice.
That
was
Very
planned.
nice.
Yeah.
All according
That
to
was
plan.
planned. Okay, well then that was a heck of. Oh my
Oh,
goodness, what
yes.
a nice shot for Big Bang.
There
That's-
we go.
All he needs is that SIM card now.
Oh.
All you need is love, because that's all
It's
he
not
gets.
about SIM cards. It's all about modes.
Woo!
All right, that was one down. One down, 7 to go.
All right. So Evan's going to step up. Evan, what are you going to be going for in this lovely game?
Well, I'm going to try not to continue this strategy of getting the Big Bang then draining. But,
Okay, good.
So, get some modes. I want to get pretty far in this game.
All right,
So
let's see some
see
Pretty
what
modes.
far
we
in
can
this
do here.
game. Maybe we'll see the other thing
Get
that
one skill shot would be nice.
we haven't mentioned. Hooray!
Now, if he can hit this scoop. Oh, that would have been +1 bonus X, and the scoop would have been 3. Is that correct?
Yep.
I tried to find that super skill shot whenever I was plunging, and I just was so far off.
Oh, I mean, everybody wished they could find the super skill shot because that's the SIM card scoop.
I mean, the
side
the
ramp.
skill shot in itself, like
Ah.
plunging into the.
Or I could just overcharge QED to like 200%.
Yeah.
Hey, the more the merrier. That is a feature they added in one of the later code updates where if you keep hitting QED, the points on the mode just keep going up and up and up until you cash it out or your ball's over.
Is there a max value?
I'm not sure. And I'm not sure anybody's tried.
I certainly have not.
Who's calling us today, Bookie?
Rusty Spade. Not.
Shoot the side ramp.
Yeah, some of these characters are actually pretty funny.
Yeah, I won't mention any more other than the Tony Pepperoni we mentioned
I am
earlier.
just-
It reminds me of another game that has a really funny name in it. So I'm actually going to create a little trivia for you, Evan.
Finally.
Although we might have gone over this before, but what game features a character named Anita Man?
We did talk about this yesterday, and now I don't remember.
Did. Lewis, can you think of this?
Dialed in.
No. We
Yes.
might.
No, that's Anita Goodman.
Does it? That's
Oh,
Anita
I sorry,
Goodman.
Anita
Oh, I didn't
Goodman.
need to do that.
You did not. Oh, you're gonna tilt. Oh no.
I am not Anita Man.
And I timed it out.
That's a good trivia.
And anybody? Do we have any answers in the chat? He's looking.
Did you
at-
just get that, Virginia?
He is scratching.
Ah.
He's getting some good points out of this mode right now. It is not Monster Bash, Virginia. At least not the one that I'm thinking of. Let me put it that way. There's one particular game that has it in it that I
That
played
works.
a lot of back in
Kickback
my younger
multi-ball
days.
start.
Mhm.
So
That should be a combo, in my opinion. If the kickback launches it into the like the multi-ball start or the mode start, I want a bonus for that. Just be like
Oh.
a participation.
Yeah. So, trivia. What game actually has a kickback combo where if you shoot a kickback to a feature, you get points?
Oh, let me think about that one.
Bookie, you can chip in as well.
Let's let Bookie concentrate on
Bookie's
this
trying not to
multi-ball.
drain.
Yeah, as I was gonna say, you can see the concentration in his face.
Does my face have a different look?
Yes.
Oh. That'd be a good selfie mode thing then. Oh, you are not kind. Thank you.
So Evan's got the big bang lit, but I believe he's probably gonna want to charge his phone.
There's a guy in the way. too.
So, I believe we have an answer to one of the trivia questions. I'm not sure which one at this point. Would Judge Dredd be where Anita Man comes from?
Judge Dredd
Bingo.
is indeed where Anita Man comes from. That was the game that I played whenever I was very little and did not know what pinball was. But I had the choice of playing either Judge Dredd or Theater of Magic. And once I played Theater of Magic enough, I tried playing Judge Dredd. And I'm never going to forget whenever you start up a game and she'd go, I'm Anita Man. And then you would play your pinball game.
Ah.
I knew that was gone.
That was a very good start, Evan. Very
Good start
nice.
from Bucky.
Who's up?
So, another question from the chat. Has anybody actually got to Showdown? And I believe the answer, at least for this machine, it's been on location. It's been in a Bowen tutorial. And it's definitely seen a good few months of play, but nobody's actually reached Showdown yet that I know of.
I certainly have not. I've gotten, I think I've spelled a couple, but I haven't gotten it all the way. I've got the Armageddon the first time I ever played the machine.
Oh, yeah.
Which unfortunately made me late for a Pinburg round, but let's not discuss that.
No, it's all right. I've had an Armageddon with interesting timing. I actually missed Pinburg registration this year because of an Armageddon, but I'm a tournament director, so I don't have to worry about that.
Oh, what is it with Pinburg and dialed in and being late?
Oh, yes. It was one of those things where I got done with the game, looked at my phone, and was like, wow, it's good to be a tournament director and not have to worry about this.
Yeah. Good on you. That's never a happy thing.
So has anybody ever actually completed the game here at the Papa facility? Spelled dialed in out?
I've not.
Gotten 5 SIM cards. I've had a 6th lit. I've hit a few Armageddons, but never a Showdown.
And Armageddon, once again, comes from what?
That is participating in all 11 modes. You don't have to complete them, you just have to get through them.
Yep.
Before anybody gets any ideas,
I have
the
some.
scoring in Armageddon is based on how many modes you've completed. So you get 1x plus another 1x for every completed mode you've played during the course of the game. So you could sit there and trap up and time out 11 modes.
Where's the fun in that?
Where's the points in that?
Where's the points? I was going to say, then you get nothing. Nice save.
That was a very nice save.
I thought
Look
that
And
out.
my reward for that is
Alien invasion.
Alien
straight down
abduction.
the mantle.
So today Jake has been thrown into a singularity.
Abducted by aliens?
abducted by aliens.
Let's see what else the game can do to him.
Let's see if PD can actually get a phone to sync here. Hold that left flipper, sir. Left flipper on the game.
This is brand new. This is the first time we are trying this on camera.
Okay, that flipper.
And let's see if it actually works. I know Chris's phone has worked today.
Can
Hold
you
it.
do that in between balls and in between players?
I believe you can. I'm not sure if you have to do it player 1, but I guess PD will just be sitting here with a phone over his game just to add some fun to it.
I think it'd be kind of funny if I can log into mine and like jump in and play.
Oh
while
my
I'm
goodness,
sitting
that would
here.
be so
Come on over and
wrong.
try it.
That would be so wrong to make
Well-
it flip while he's actually playing.
Well,
Oh,
PD has to hold up the
wait a
travel
second
ball
here.
the other flipper.
In a tournament situation, what would happen if somebody actually just gained control of the game from somebody else while they're playing it and just takes over in an evil situation?
Well, if they find that out, I believe that would be interference in a DQ.
I would imagine it would be, but you know, like if, oh gosh, have I just destroyed competitive pinball forever? I think I have.
Congratulations, John.
Hey, cool. Can I get a shirt that says that?
Don't you have one?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't cool enough to do it, but now maybe I've just done it after all these years.
Maybe you have.
Destroying pinball since 2018. That's me.
Round of applause for John.
Hooray! Scratch. See, I learned that you have to wave at the camera to scratch off your scratch-offs.
Which is sort of funny to watch people just scratching in midair.
Oh, I
yes.
love it.
Wow, what was right loop banked
loop
into
jumped
the
off.
phone.
No, that was even better. It was
Right
banking
loop off the ramp
off of QED and into
And
the
then
phone.
into the phone.
Oh, actually, here's another question from the chat room. Thank you.
What do we got?
This is a good one. So, in a tournament situation, what would happen if someone used their phone but only to collect the Big Bang? Oh.
That is actually one of the weird gray areas because it requires a smartphone. It requires an external device,
Which is not allowed.
which is not allowed, but it could be argued. So usually what happens if you see dialed in a tournament, the Bluetooth receiver will just be pulled.
That would probably.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like PD's multi-ball.
That was just pulled. Come on, Pete. Save it with your
Oh,
phone.
man. Yeah, I was going to say, I would pick this game against Trent.
Why? Don't you think his
outstanding.
you think his phone doesn't have the capabilities of
Bookie, hold the left flipper.
Flip phone.
Let's see this left flipper.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no, it does.
Wait. Something's happening. His Evan Bookbinder
Wait,
is
you plunged.
Evan Bookbinder is actually controlling the game with his mind right now.
Go ahead.
Nothing could possibly go wrong, Evan.
Here, you,
Josh Sharp, if you're listening, Chris is banned from IFPA.
hey, don't make me hit the Big Bang button. Here, go ahead and play.
Is it lit?
Yeah, I'll hit.
It's
go,
lit.
Go ahead and play.
He has
Tell-
control over your
say,
Big Bang.
Say when. I'm not gonna flip, except right there.
Okay, monkey wrench multi-ball.
Don't flip.
There could be a monkey wrench in this monkey wrench multi-ball. And the monkey wrench might be Chris Stevens.
You
Come
need
on,
to-
you were supposed to flip.
Do you, am I playing this?
No.
Okay, I'm not flipping. You flip and I'll just Big Bang. Just say when.
Oh my goodness. I'm just thinking of
Oh
it
my
now.
gosh.
The commentator's booth playing a pinball game.
That was
While
seriously the
commentating.
worst multi-ball ever.
It's all Chris's fault, Evan. Don't worry, man.
Here, I'll just press the opposite flipper that you're pressing. Sound good?
Stop!
All right, that one slipped. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
I am like,
I really think we need a tag team
Is this blowing
tournament.
your mind right now? Because I'm having a good time.
my brain shut off.
Okay, so now that I've destroyed competitive pinball on this, I'd actually like to propose an idea that might be really cool. So you
Split flippers with 2 phones.
Oh,
actually, I was thinking you could have a person who is working to
Oh, I
get a high
crushed that.
score on the machine, and a person who is working to get them a lower score off the machine. So they're going to flip
wow.
at inopportune times, and the person who's actually playing is trying to actually get a score.
Evan, you want Big Bang?
Oh, I'd love Big Bang.
There you go.
Competitive heads-up, painful pinball.
Painful pinball.
Painful pinball.
Mode completed.
You like
That
that?
was awesome.
Evan hit the Big Bang target with his mind. I think we
did.
might have to
Here, pass
put
it. Pass it over. Okay. Okay, it's all you.
This is a lot of fun.
This is really
This is,
entertaining.
I love this game, though. This is seriously one of my favorite games.
Hey,
this-
extra balls lit.
Hit by a tornado. I'm good at that.
Oh, this is all you.
Shoot the right ram, man.
Let me have a second, Evan. How many times have you been hit by a tornado?
I've been close several times.
Several.
Well, I chase them for fun, so.
I mean, who doesn't?
Normal
sane
people.
people.
Right. I was going to say, the answer to that is most normal people.
Did you hear that call out?
You're a real.
You're a real storm chaser.
And
It's
ain't
like
that
they
the
know.
truth?
Thank you, Anita Goodman.
You want Big Bang? How much time do you have left on this mode?
7 seconds.
Big Bang, that thing.
I'm gonna get ready.
Yeah, just help me out.
All right, there you go.
And Chris with the bailout.
Oh, and a lock.
I'm
And he
scoring.
gets it anyway.
I'm getting so many points.
I'm
here.
actually playing well with the help of a friend.
My points per flip ratio right now.
That's how you
is
get
through
by,
the roof.
with a little help from your friends.
I need some SIM card action here, though. I think I've got 2 cards lit.
Don't worry.
Is there a button for that?
Let's try.
Is there a SIM card collect button?
That'd be nice.
Maybe.
Yeah, I doubt it. Oh, look at this.
All right, don't screw this up, partner.
Good. Get some bob letters.
Very nice. Come on, kick back.
There it is.
Yay,
That's
awesome.
great.
Okay.
That's good.
Not in the pops. It's not what we wanted, son.
So while we have a moment to talk about other fun facts of this game, once you finish your first set of 4 Bob awards,
Oh boy.
it takes 2 hits to
Get
get
in
one of
there.
the letters of Bob. So you need to hit each target twice.
And that's where he's at right now, it looks
Yep.
like. So.
So
Yeah,
you got
I'm
the
pretty sure.
2 different blinking styles of Bob letter
Oh,
there.
nice save.
Look at this.
The upper B is 2 hits. The lower 2 letters are 1 hit.
All right, let's get some good selfies
Crazy.
here. Look at his concentration face.
There's
Boom.
one.
Oh, you don't get them all.
No.
No.
Oh.
Multiple shots will be needed.
That's already on a higher version than every pinball machine ever made. 2.0.
I really want to play around with you here, and while you're cradling, I want to hold that
Hey, wait a
flipper.
second. Something's going wrong with the selfie mode.
That was good.
That was good. I like that.
Look at how many fun things you can do with this game.
Earthshaker, another great Pat Lawler game.
Definitely.
What is actually, like,
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. It doesn't matter anyways.
How many of these modes are inspired by pinball machines that Pat Lawler has designed?
Yeah, I mean,
Earthshaker, Whirlwind, shoot, I'm trying to think. I think there's at least one more.
I mean, there's.
whoa! What just happened?
There's that super fast
hurt.
right orbit to the ramp.
Oh, he's getting ready for another big bang. That's
almost
how it all
time.
started.
Another tag teamer here.
Yeah, I almost unfortunately said, "All right, Evan, let's bang," but
Well, you just said it
we're
now.
gonna
so-
wait.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you actually did just say that.
Hey!
Hey,
Hey.
nice shot.
That
I did that.
That was a.
good shot, Chris.
I don't think you can intentionally collect that
Oh
shot.
no, I can't.
Yeah, I gotta say.
No, I mean like I always get it off a bank shot off something
Yeah.
else.
Bank shot off the drone, bank shot off the phone post, bank shot off one of the targets around the theater. Those are usually the ways you get it.
Zachary Park says this stream should be an ad for Jersey Jack Pinball.
Oh.
Anytime we play a game, it's fun.
It's great.
All pinball is fun, and we're just exploring some of the cool features that you can do with this new pinball machine. So, if Jersey Jack decides to sponsor PAPAtv Live at some point, we would not turn that down. Just saying. Throwing that out there blindly.
Please. All right, Evan, you're having a good game, so I'm not gonna flip. But whenever you're ready, just let me know and I'll hit the big bang button.
Okay.
All
I
right?
can't find.
Smack the big bang bar.
Oh, I missed that.
Chris, you
Sorry.
could have saved that for him.
Sorry.
Could have nudged the game with
was-
your phone
that
like you were
was-
doing earlier.
Yeah, I was actually playing this game earlier with the Bluetooth, and I was holding the phone in front of me, like I was playing the game. And,
All right.
and I tried to nudge my phone forward to nudge the ball over from flipper to flipper, and it didn't work.
All right, Virginia, what's your strategy here?
Shoot the lit shots. Put it somewhere. You know me. I'm supposed to have strategies, but
Who's calling you right now, Virginia?
unknown at the moment.
Oh, there's a shot towards Big Bang. And there's a shot towards Bob. Nice nudge.
Beautiful.
Nice nudge, Virginia. Very well done. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Ah.
Oh well.
Called it.
So there's a question from the chat room talking about the pin references and dialed in. Isn't the antagonist of Junkyard named Crazy Bob as well? And
Crazy Bob's Cosmic Junkyard, yes.
yeah, that's correct.
There's
Crazy
also a
Bob's-
Crazy Bob in Johnny Mnemonic.
That's correct.
And
Shoot for Crazy Bobs.
And Joe says every item dropped for a super jackpot into the theater during Drones Gone Wild represents one of Pat's games.
To be fair,
I'll
I
have to pay
don't
attention.
usually get those jackpots,
Yeah, same
or I don't
here.
pay attention to them, more or less. But, what was I gonna say before I just found that out and my jaw just hit the floor? Oh, geez, what was it? Some fun thing.
Oh,
Oh, nice save, Jake. All right. So previously on Dialed In, Jake was killed by
An eruption.
Jake versus the volcano today.
Jake versus the volcano. That's good.
oh,
Uh-oh.
maybe Jake will survive the eruption. I could see this actually happening.
And who is calling you, Jake? If you have a moment.
Jake does not have a moment. He's trying to survive an eruption.
Genotonic.
Genotonic
like
is calling
gin
him
and
the... Quite so. The irate soccer mom who's not happy that her kid's practice has been delayed by an eruption.
Is that true?
If you listen to her callouts, there's a lot of things like if this eruption cancels the soccer game, that's not the only thing that's going to be blowing up.
Ooh.
I get it.
Oh, he has collected a ticket.
All right, we need
He
some.
has
We need some.
gotten a
selfies
multi-ball.
here. We need
It's
some
time
good
for some selfies.
There you
And
go.
Jake is
Maybe not that
Jake.
creepy.
Jake is
laughing.
Jake is laughing uncontrollably.
Look at that
Yep.
lovely banner in the background.
There is there's a magnet.
And the magnet likes to dunk pinballs into the drain.
Oh yes.
Yeah, another thing with this mode is the news callouts are even like all recreational sports in the blada blada area is canceled. Or canceled.
Man bites dog.
Poor Jenna. She does not have time for that.
She does not.
Come on.
Oh, and well, Chris has just mentioned it. The ticker.
The ticker is awesome.
Whenever you're not in a mode, you can just read the different entertaining items on the ticker.
Anita Goodman.
There's Anita Goodman.
So it's crazy multiplier.
And
Crazy.
Crazy Multi-Ball is ready.
Crazy multi-ball.
Crazy good save.
Crazy awesome.
Crazy Magnets.
Maybe.
Crazy
These aren't
things.
magnets. These are just
Crazy
big
things.
Crazy Big Bang.
Crazy big. Oh gosh, we're sorry. We'll stop.
I could have done
Hold
that,
on.
you know.
One more. Crazy Extra Ball.
Boom. SIM card is lit.
Extra ball is lit.
And
Extra
collected.
ball is collected.
Well played.
So Jake's gonna enter this multi-ball, and probably he would like to relight his kickback during this multi-ball. Hint.
Wink.
Yep. The other thing he
Oh,
could do,
okay. He's going for. He's got lock lit.
start
He's
some modes.
got a mode. He got that kickback and used it. That was really good.
Yeah, that lower
Nope.
B on Bob is very hard to aim for.
That was actually a ball save kickback.
That, I was gonna say.
Oh, it was. Oh, okay. So it was just at the end of ball save time.
Yep. Jersey Jack, instead of losing balls when your kickback's not lit, or
Mhm.
using your kickback, we'll just give you a free kickback during ball save.
Ooh, close.
All right, who's this guy? What's his name? Who's calling you, Jake?
Bulldozer.
I love it.
Okay, so he got 5,000 points. Collected 0
Whoa,
items
wow.
during that
Bank
multi-ball.
lock shot.
Is there a beautiful replay of that? That was.
I really hope so, because I want
was
to relive that
majestic.
moment.
I'd just like to point out that Jake has now survived an eruption. He has survived a whirlwind.
Well, we'll get to see the satisfaction.
Yeah, that was good.
And I mean, sinkholes could not possibly kill Jake.
He's having a good ball. They keep making holes, and Jake keeps surviving.
Looks like the squirreliness from that kickback.
And he finds the back of QED, which will free itself.
Oh, I bet you it will.
That's the question.
Will Jake be killed by a sinkhole first,
This
or by
might be the
QED guy?
And
Comes.
And Jake
Jake
lives.
survives. Sinkholes cannot take Jake out.
I like how we're all surprised that he lived.
Yeah, we are.
And he
Oh.
lives.
The QED.
that's not good.
Oh.
What a nice ball, Jake.
Nicely done. Now do it again.
But that's not all. And as we can see, wonk.
Oh, we get to see the pain twice. You can go back and watch that, Jake. You get to see yourself drained twice. There's nothing more pleasurable. Oh, got some big bang progress. Got another mode lit. Bashing on QED guy because he doesn't like him.
Want him out of the way. Oh, and he's back. Can't find that lock shot to save my life. There?
And that'll do it.
Ish.
That'll be lock number 2, so if he gets that, that'll light another multi-ball.
Is the second multi-ball worth more than the first one, by any chance?
The second multi-ball is a 3-ball. Otherwise, I believe the scoring's about the same.
So it's a 3-ball where you could actually add a ball and go to 4. Is that correct?
Yes.
Look out.
But you have to do them the old-fashioned way of shooting both ramps and then shooting the side ramp.
Well, Jake was not killed by a natural disaster on that final ball.
Uh-oh, I see Pete has a list here. I believe this is
First off, if you ever looked at Jake's profile picture on IFA, he looks like Bulldozer. It's amazing. And we're running a little bit long, and I forgot to go through the games for Pinvasion 5, so I'm going to let Chris play my ball, and I'm just going to read games.
Oh, no. All right, hold on the left flipper.
Get
for
that
me.
left flipper.
All right, here we go. We're going live
You're all good?
with Chris Stevens' power.
All right.
Chris, can you plunge the ball from there or
I
no?
can.
You
but-
can?
And this
do
is going
it.
to be embarrassing, but here we go.
Here we
I'm
go.
actually
Let's do
going,
this.
I'm
Here
going
we go.
off of the,
Come on, Chris.
Here we go.
And
Okay.
go, Pete.
In the Classics Bank, we have Embryon, Sky Jump, Black Knight, Pro Football, Wildfire, and what was that? Hard Body. Hey, we got it back and a Big Bang. The
And
women's
now you just...
I can't.
the replay.
Where is it?
In the drain.
The women's bank is Corvette, Jackpot, Fireball 2, and Team 1. And the two main games that weren't announced, Indiana Jones Williams and Hoops.
I'd like to say that was not fair to poor Chris.
Shout out
It
to
was
Doug
over here,
Polka.
and Doug Polka's like, here, see a replay of you.
Doug was holding up 2 fingers on 2 different hands at me. And they
Two
were,
fingers, and they were each the same?
But they were thumbs, so it's okay.
Oh, they were
but
thumbs up.
I feel a little cheated on that one.
Oh, no, those
That-
thumbs might have been
That
turned
could have been my time to
down.
shine, and
right.
instead it was my time to not see
All right,
anything.
this is Evan's chance to
Shall we?
pass 1 million points on PAPAtv Live on Dialed In. Nothing could go wrong.
Oh,
Okay, he's partially charged.
partially.
He-
Oh, I don't know why that.
Ball
Thank
save.
you.
Was still,
That-
ball save was
Yeah,
still
that was
active.
grace period.
Just ending that ball save. This
Okay.
isn't a Gottlieb or a Iron Maiden.
All right, so sinkholes haven't been able to kill anybody.
Oh, that didn't jinx anybody.
Nah, no problem, man. Nothing could go wrong.
Nice.
Oh, nice shot. That's going to be worth how much? Oh, that was
10,000 right now and 20,000 when he's done with the mode.
Big Bang is lit.
You're on your own this time, just so you know.
Oh no.
I could have hit that big bang for you as you were draining.
Yeah, and Bob doesn't help on the right side.
Yeah,
either.
it really doesn't.
It's gonna be close.
And that chips out.
So somebody had mentioned that there's a wait list for Pinburg, and they're wondering if they'll get through the wait list. And, well, isn't that the ultimate question out there? I mean, a lot of people are asking the same question. There's a rather large wait list for Pinburg, and that is being held at the Replay I can't answer the question for you, but I would expect that we're going to have fewer cancellations on the Pinburg this year because we did the registration closer to the time of the tournament. So if you're really deep in the wait list, I doubt the wait list is going to empty. Let me say that. But you never know. You never know.
You really don't.
And even if you're not playing in the Pinburg tournament, I mean, I've said it before, come out to Replay FX because you will have enough to keep you busy the entire weekend and then some.
Oh, yeah.
And you won't have to play a grueling pinball event, which, you know, it's a lot of work.
Yep. You also won't have to deal with emojis on your screen like Virginia had.
Yeah. I didn't see a cow emoji. I was keeping an eye out on that one.
There were a few hearts and tongues and
Hearts,
thumbs.
tongues, and winks. And
Poop.
there were no poop emojis.
There were no poop emojis.
Well, you're talking about cows, which makes me think about poop. And that's why I shouldn't have done that. Oh, well.
You shouldn't have been talking about poop.
So Virginia was destroyed by a whirlwind. It actually blew her ball down the center.
All right, Chris, are you there for me?
Oh, you want some help? All right. All right, got that left flipper up?
Yeah.
Alrighty. I'm searching for dialed in. I have found dialed in. All right, so before we get started on this, what do you want me to do whenever we're doing this? Do you want me to just assist? Don't plunge yet. I'll plunge it for you. But just talk through this with me of what you want to do.
Well, I'd like to start this 3-ball multi-ball that I got lit up here.
Oh, you still have to lock a ball though, right?
Yeah. Lock that last ball.
All right.
And I got to start this mode. If I get the mode going, maybe.
Do you want the mode first, or do you want me to? You want me to just to control the Big Bang?
Yeah, just control the Big Bang, unless I.
Control the big bang. You think you can actually control a big bang? That's sort of arrogant.
Yeah.
All right, I'm still trying to connect.
He's just controlling a pinball machine, John.
Oh, it's not real life? Well, that's good.
All right, you'll be Big Bang list because I cannot connect. I'm searching.
All right, let's maybe just make a shot.
There you go.
How about that?
That's a good idea. That nice backhand. And now there's a giant earthquake.
Has he been killed by an earthquake yet?
No.
I'm glad everybody's looking out for me here and trying to ensure that I get the.
Oh. There's a mode shot. Yeah, that. Whenever I was aiming up the middle during that kind of phase where it comes all the way around, it was so fast, just like that.
Wow.
I just couldn't find it to flip it.
Oh yeah,
It was so fast.
that's really cruising. Wow, that was a nice
That
shot
was
to
a
the
good shot.
Oh, a little bit of a flipper error, but he saves it and lives through it. Oh.
Ah!
And
Lock
he
is
was
lit.
he actually completed the mode, so he was not killed by a gigantic earthquake. He was killed by the ball going down the middle.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
All right.
Evan, you have to pay homage to John, just like everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, Evan gets to put his name in the machine.
Selfie mode on
takes a
selfie.
Oh, he's taking a selfie of a machine that takes a selfie.
Hey, I should be a part of that selfie.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Chris, you can do it remotely. You could take a selfie of a
It's
guy
gonna
taking
happen.
a selfie of a guy taking a selfie. Did I tell you what happened in New York, Chris? Chris, I got to walk through Central Park, and it was really awesome because I actually took a picture of 10 people who were taking a
Shout
picture
out to my boy, Chris.
of a gray squirrel.
A gray squirrel.
Yeah, it's a rare gray squirrel. So
I got photo bombed by Bevins again.
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
He's good. He's good at that.
All
What can I
right.
say?
So we're going to be moving on. We're going to move on to some very brief coverage of Viking this evening.
Oh yes.
But before we get there, I'd like to remind everybody about Replay FX, which is coming up at the end of July. You can get the tickets to the event. The tickets are still available. Check out replayfx.org, and we look forward to seeing you at the end of July. We have new things going on. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be badder. It's going to be better. It's going to be
A blast.
Replay
a
FX here.
blast. That's a lot of B's.
Yeah.
Hey, there's pictures of pinball machines.
There's Dialed
and people
In.
play them. Hey, there's Dialed In on the main stage. So also, this year it was June 2nd with the tickets to the WIPT went on sale and sold out almost immediately.
Yes.
And the prize pool is greater than $5,000, and 64 lucky women got to enter that tournament and are playing for that $5,000. So congratulations to the ones who did get to enter. And I'd like to mention that there is a wait list, so you can still sign up for that.
Yep.
And get on the wait list in case some people back out. Pre-registration is required for this event, and the top 16 finishers will earn cash. And this is the largest prize in competitive women's pinball history. So you could say this is sort of a big deal.
It's definitely a big deal.
It's
very
just
exciting.
like on Dialed In. It would be a big bang.
A big bang.
It would be a very big bang.
So also, there is a T-shirt design contest that is currently going on. You can find more information about this also on replayfx.org. This is open to anyone 18 years or older, and your entries must be submitted before June 10th for them to be counted. And the winner will be announced around about June 17th. So thank you for entering that, and look up more information on replayfx.org.
So, our upcoming broadcasts. Next week, as we've been mentioning, we are going to the Southern Fried Gaming Expo for Pinvasion 5. It's going to be a wonderful time. A lot of new people coming down to Atlanta, and it will be the Friday the 8th through Sunday the 10th. And then we won't be doing any broadcasts Monday because we'll be bringing all the equipment back. But the week after, to celebrate the World Cup, we've got World Cup soccer and
Soccer. Now, is this World Cup soccer, is that 94?
That would be 94, yes. And that would also be
Fantastic.
soccer, not World Cup, not... I don't know if there's any other soccer games I can think of off the top of my head, but soccer. Gottlieb soccer.
Fun game. I played at Expo before.
So, Viking, the keys to the game for our excursion, the bonus Valhalla. First things first is there's a super bonus at 40,000 that carries over between ball to ball, and a lot of the scoring in this game comes from the bonus. So you can get up to 5x bonus, you can get 50,000 points, 250,000 right there. A dropper for drop targets. To get the bonus multipliers, you have to shoot the left bank of targets. That gives you 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, and then eventually an extra ball. Finally, just like Melanier, I probably have butchered that, but so the right loop or the right orbit shot actually hooks all the way across the field. If you can hit that and return it to the left scoop, you will collect the bonus, and as a kicker, you get to keep up. You get to continue with the bonus that you've had. So that's like a free collect bonus.
Huge. It also counts your multipliers, too.
Indeed. So without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce another new member of the PAPAtv Live fold, Mike Haverluck.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, Mike.
Hey. Have you played Viking before?
I think I played it in the bank last Pinburg. Oh, yeah, I actually played it last Pinburg, believe it or not.
How'd you do?
I think I won it.
Excellent.
Not wonderfully, but I won it.
That's all that matters, right?
Hey, I'll take anything, right?
All right, keep the ball alive, hit some shots, and let's see what this game is made of.
That sounds good to me. Let's do it.
Also introducing to the booth on my right is Evan Bookbinder after his great game of Dialed In.
Thanks, Lewis. Glad to be here.
Glad to be here.
Mike's already getting some immediate pop saucer action and almost nudged that back in, which is one of the really cool features of this game.
Oh, definitely. And a little fun thing we did with this one, the little outlane plastic pieces you see have been switched around. So there's no rubber. Instead, there's just nice plastic. So it can bounce it back into play, but it's gonna be difficult.
You're definitely risking a tilt if you try it.
Oh, definitely.
It's kind of like a little Matahari in this game, a little Centaur with the bounce backs. It's just it's a fun game.
A little bit of Paragon with drops.
Yep.
But the field definitely looks like Matahari. Is that correct?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's got one of the All-Stars games, as I like to put them. There's combining features of like 4 different pinball machines into one. Another good example of that is Solar Fire. You got like a...
Oh, nice.
That wasn't me.
Way to watch that ball come back to the inlane.
Yeah, that was what that was.
I mean, patience is definitely a part of pinball, so I kind of feel like you did the right thing. Never mind.
I was admiring mine, not safe.
Yeah, see, it happens. It definitely happens.
Drop catching the bonus collect.
Who's this fine fellow?
This would be...
Good evening.
This would be JK number 2, James Coons, our producer. Wonder if we have any other local folks with the initials JK.
I'm trying to think, and I really can't think of any.
So, what is this here about doesn't sign autographs for kids?
I mean, you're really popular in these parts.
That's why he wouldn't sign Lewis's autograph.
Aww.
I gotta admit, Mike, it took me forever to learn how to pronounce your last name.
Hey, I'll take it though.
Surprisingly,
there's a lot of people that don't even try, so that's kind of nice.
You're like Mike H.
Like, hey, that guy.
And I'm guessing Doug Polka put the title slide on because it would have taken 3 months for James to spell it correctly.
What, to spell Haverluck or to spell thing?
Whoa.
Kind of a running joke with the typos on these broadcasts sometimes.
Hey, it happens. So that noise you heard is actually lighting that target that's to the right of the drop targets on the far left on the line there. And I believe if you hit that while it's strobing and making that noise, is it 50,000 points?
50,000.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
What other game has that same exact feature?
Is it Space Invaders?
Yes, it would be.
But it's a drop target, not a stand-up. Is that right?
Yes, it's a drop target, and if you actually go through that lane, you get 50,000 in bonus the next time you hit it.
Whoa.
So is that timed, or is it unless you hit another switch?
It's timed.
Okay.
Come on.
So it shows up, it starts
Nice shot.
making
Get
a
in there.
motion,
Get in
and then
there.
you have to shoot it before time runs out.
Okay.
So that shot you just saw Virginia make before that unfortunate drain was a nice shot to the right orbit, which goes across the playfield, and if it's able to have enough oomph, it will make its way into that saucer, which counts your bonus.
All right, Chris, I'm holding the left flipper in so you can sync up.
All right, hold on. I'm clocking it now. Okay, I'm about to launch it. Ready?
All
Set,
right.
Launch.
Oh.
There you go.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, now I'm going to kick this down the middle.
The technical...
You're welcome.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, you heard it there first.
I was still amazed at the technological advances it took for the Vikings to get Bluetooth connectivity.
Yeah, I mean, they had it. Trent was definitely not a Viking. Now, whenever I was playing this, I was having trouble earning bonus.
Almost came back.
What's the best way to earn bonus in this game? Is it the spinner?
The spinner is definitely one of the best. Another one is if you can constantly drill that right orbit, you'll collect bonus. It'll advance it like 1 or 2 spots. You'll get 1 for the orbit. You'll get 1 or 2 for this saucer, and then you can continue to do that just to build up your bonus and collect it.
All right, that definitely sounds big, because every time I play this, I feel like my first goal is to just hit the inline drops on the left for my bonus X.
That's how I play it too.
And then once I get to like 3 or 4x, then I start focusing, hey, let's just hit that right orbit. But if the ball happens to be cradled on my right flipper, then I don't mind hitting a drop.
Oh, definitely.
So in chat, got a completely random question, not related to Viking, but an interesting one. From Pinball Wiz 45B. Played a high roller casino at Replay FX. Any reason why there's no director's cut on that game?
I believe, knowing the rules of that game already has a director's cut. It's called Tournament Mode.
Tournament? Oh, definitely.
Maybe we should elaborate on what director's cut is for several other Stern games of that era.
Viking John or Devil John?
Viking John, of course. I mean,
Go ahead, Bookie.
which one is this?
I'll let you
Devil
have the
John.
spotlight.
That's El Toro, John.
Well, I'll let you have the spotlight. I mean, I don't do or don't do director's cut installs.
Yeah, it's not something I've ever installed on any of my games. Of that
That's
era.
right, folks. I have a flip. Oh, gosh.
Oh, that was...
Did that just go backwards?
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, I activated that feature on my phone. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
PAPAtv Live.
It's not okay.
That was a fantastic replay.
John utilized all his good karma this weekend and didn't leave any for today.
Oh, wow.
John, did you do anything to the Vikings in a past life or your ancestors?
Jake was killed by a sinkhole. I was killed by Vikings.
Yes. The sinkholes. Oh.
Pretty sure that's a tilt.
I played this game earlier. And I was actually able to roll it. I mean, you can get huge points.
I need some redemption.
If you've got a 5x,
Yeah.
and you just continuously hit that right orbit.
It's just a matter of traction.
And just like we learned from the keys of the game, once you build that bonus up to 20,000 or 40,000, it locks it in, ball to ball.
Right, so another key is getting a high bonus early.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
It'd be nice to have that banked stepping up to your ball 2 and your ball 3. So if you're able to acquire that on ball 1, you're already a step ahead of everyone else that is unable to collect it. Because you can literally walk up, plunge it, catch on the left flipper, and hit a right orbit.
Oh my goodness!
The game gives and the game takes.
I was so shocked about what happened.
He was so surprised.
Like, just trap up.
Watch the look on his face. This is gonna be priceless.
Oh! And then the laugh. And then the laugh. And then the drain.
Oh, I want to hear that in slow motion.
Great replay.
Wow.
So Evan Bingham, hey Evan, fellow Evan, asks if we think games with super bonus are fair. And so super bonus.
Oh.
Did you see that?
Okay.
That was really nice.
Don't drain.
I'm trying not to.
So super bonus is a feature in a number of games of this era that if you build your bonus high enough, usually on the order of 20, 30, 40,000, it will carry ball to ball. If you fall short of that number, it basically resets to 0 on the next ball. So for example, Paragon.
Oh, yes.
It's a game, I think the super bonus starts at 20,000. If you get 20,000 bonus, you have a base value of 20,000 bonus for all the rest of the balls of the game. If you get 19,000 bonus, too bad. You start at 0 the next ball. So what do you guys think? Do you think that's a fair feature that if you build your bonus high enough that you should be able to preserve it, especially in a tournament strategy?
Lewis, do you want to start? I've got an idea what I would say.
I think
Nice ball, by the way.
I think as the rules of the game go, it's just one of those features that you have to be aware of. So if you're getting close to your super bonus threshold, you might want to take something that's a little safer or will get you more bonus quickly, so you don't have to worry about flipping as much. So it adds a level of strategy, and it's fair for all players. So
Nice save.
Thank you.
I'm all for it.
I'd say I'm all for it, but it also depends on the game. I'm not for it on Harlem Globetrotters, but I am definitely for it on Viking, and I would even be for it on Paragon.
What about Centaur's another game where I think
Centaur,
you
yep.
can build
You can
some
carry.
pretty out of bounds scores by getting the top in-lane multipliers on a pretty high value of
And-
you know,
Oh,
60,000.
Yeah, super bonus and the multiplier carrier in one.
I feel like that's great on Centaur, mainly because it's not exactly safe. Any fee that you get coming from anywhere on that game could lead to a drain. It's a very punishing game, and there are definitely ways to play it where it's a little bit more of a
Oh my goodness!
I walked
Little
away
more
from it.
gusto.
a little more would have had it, but but I definitely feel like
Is your thing with Harlem Globetrotters due to the spinner?
yeah, they're just the spinners.
And I agree with that. The ability to rapidly build bonus over a pretty safe, you know,
Yeah.
crushable shot over and over again.
I mean, this shot is dead center, so it's a little harder to kind of drill from either flipper. You'd think that this is just look. You'd think John would make that shot because he's a great player. But
nice save, sir.
see, but like it's not exactly in the easiest position, especially from the right flipper, because it has a little bit of a little white rubber nub there to protect the like arm, I guess, of the spinner.
Well, there is that other strategy in Harlem where you go for the left spinner all day.
Yes, I like that one because you're you know flipping for your drop targets, your inline drops, and it
Yeah.
also advances your spinner.
And then you start getting ludicrous things like 2,000 a spin where you have the saucer count up like 50,000 while you're sitting in there from just how much spinach you had.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. I've got a quick question on this spinner, Lewis, if you might know it. Sometimes the spinner light is blinking and giving off a different sound. What's that mean?
So how this game works is every time you complete the sword, you advance the spinner value from 10 to 100 to 1,000. When you
right
see
there.
that blinking, that's you have a few seconds to then shoot the spinner again to either keep advancing it or hold the value.
Oh.
So when it's blinking, it's like, I'm about to go back.
I'm
to
about
it,
to go away.
to
Hurry up and shoot
10.
me.
Shoot me now.
Oh, too late.
Too late.
Well, Virginia was able to reach her point threshold on ball 2, so now she has 20,000 in the bank.
And even with the house ball, that's a 20,000 point house ball.
Can we see that on replay again?
Super bonus.
Oh, look at oh.
Wow.
And she caught it. That's the best part.
That was a beautiful save. Unfortunately, it wasn't a pinball save.
So moving on from super bonus, A. O'Brien 5 says, house balls are never fair.
Yeah,
I agree
house
with
balls
that.
are. I mean, you're the one that's manually plunging it, so you need to plunge
Yes.
better. I get house balls all the time. I always blame the game, but I really need to blame myself for most of the time.
Oh,
Hey!
Oh, heck yes.
stuck with it that time at least. Oh.
This is so brutal. I mean, if it's called Viking, it needs to be
Yeah.
brutal.
I will say, there are some house balls that are just out of a player's control sometimes. If it's,
Yes.
If you've got one of the weird feeds, or you could have a game deal you a bad hand. But the thing is, you do have 3 or 5 balls, so it's like, yeah, all right.
Make them count.
All right, game, I'll blame you for that one, but now let's get back on the saddle and do it again.
My goodness, this is hard.
This is pop bumpers.
Yeah, very interesting pop bumper placement on this game. I love it.
I really enjoy it.
Okay, I'm gonna hit a spinner.
Ah, you paid for that spinner hit
Twice.
twice. Let's see some drop targets on the left there.
Yes, Evan, this was Joe Scaletta's Viking,
Those,
which
yes,
is
those.
drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, this Viking isn't.
And the
immaculate
camera
shape.
view doesn't do it justice. I mean, it's shiny mint.
Yeah, it was literally so nice that we had to adjust the cameras due to how nice it was.
I'm
Oh, that
impressed.
was nice.
I don't think I've ever seen a game be so shiny that it's caused issues.
It caused issues. We had to sit here and try to be like, let's change the lighting. Let's change the light balance. Oh, I knew that was coming. I didn't.
Oh, hello.
Oh, beautiful. That was like a John slap.
I don't know, James has been watching a lot of John footage recently with all the production work he's done.
Nope.
And I think
I don't think he's got the technique yet.
room. He may be injured.
And now Virginia steps up.
All
Still
right,
has
pinball gods, no house balls.
20,000 in the bank. I feel like if you're stepping up to this game in the position that you're in right now, you might feel it's in the bank or in the. You might feel like you have it. I would just aim for that right orbit.
That's trouble.
That was bad.
And the pinball gods say no.
Come
Never
on.
ask the pinball gods for anything unless you're being really, really, really pleading with them. You have to almost go into bargaining.
All right, Mike. What's
So
going to happen?
You said you want drop targets on the left, right?
Yeah, I want the inlines. I want to see some
See?
bonus X.
That's probably not what I should go for since I carried no bonus, but you
It
know,
doesn't
hey.
matter. We want to see some
That's what I'm
bonus
saying.
X
Those
here.
drop targets do give you
And
some
they're
bonus as
juicy.
well.
A little late.
Doesn't mean I can aim, but you know, hey.
Oh boy. Did you tilt or
I guess he tilted.
he got a bonus?
Okay, John, redemption.
Come on, John. Let's see this spinner shot.
You mean the spinner shot that's drained me the last 2 balls?
Exactly.
Let's see the spinner shot.
Don't aim for it.
Don't aim for it?
Every time I play this, I never aim for the spinner. I don't know why. It's just me. He aimed for the spinner.
Yes, I did. Because I have no fear. Oh.
You
No
also have,
fear,
also
dangerous
have
shots.
no points.
Come on. Oh.
Danger.
Shats.
Oh!
Oh.
What a gorgeous tilt save. And you could see the soul of John just go right out as he sees he's tilted that game.
Oh wait, what's this?
We definitely.
want redemption. All right. Here we go.
40 points.
Hey, that's better than I did last time.
I want to see if I can try my luck at this game. See if I can have as half decent as a ball as I had last time I played it.
Okay.
There's one. Tap pass.
Oh boy.
That was not a good tap pass.
But the tip over is nice.
That was a interesting noise.
What was that noise?
It was the 3x bonus. It was just kind of like a half
A little
screech.
swirly.
Yeah, that was a
Here he
tap
goes.
pass.
Here he goes.
Tap pass spinner, baby. Look out.
Oh,
3.
Redemption.
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 That was a very, very, very good ball.
Redemption.
You still got 2 balls to get more though, John. So, all right, Pete. Redemption. That's the name of the game. I mean, it's Viking,
I
but
thought it was drop targets.
redemption.
I thought it was Viking.
Quick, someone hit his big bang target.
Boy, that spinner looks nice and juicy.
Oh, nice.
Oh, he's
That's,
safe.
that's how you do it. Never mind. That was a good save. All right, while Jake's is stepping up, I'm going to step out and let Virginia step in because I'm going to prepare for my ball 1 as player 4.
Nice to have you, Chris. All right, and stepping back into the booth will not be Virginia. Virginia has been tagged out like Chris and Bookie were doing on their dialed-in game, and we have Mike Haverluck.
Howdy, howdy.
So, is this your first time being in a broadcast booth?
It sure is.
Oh, had the right motion.
Too much.
Oh, wow. And this is an example of how you maybe leave off the nudge a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like I'm setting myself up for failure because I had a good game earlier, and I'm going to step up and have a horrible game.
Nah, that's the nature of pinball.
Yeah, all right, here we go.
You just brought up an interesting problem that I have with my own play that I've noticed. Letting up on the nudging is like not an option. It's full bore or no nudge. So.
So, Mike, I
right
know
off the
you've
bat,
had some
two targets.
adventures with your game collection recently. How have they been?
Well, other than shattering a back glass for the first time, it's been a good trip, I guess. I just need to go find where the rest of them are still.
Oh, get over
located.
there.
So, tell the folks how you orchestrated that move.
How I managed to?
Yeah, it was kind of like a Lord of the
So-
Rings style thing.
So, I was sitting downstairs and I have an Escalera and I moved a new machine down, but before that I had moved out of firepower.
Yes.
And, I took a look at the firepower and I was like, oh man, the back glass is starting to flake. I certainly wouldn't want anything worse to happen to that. So I took it outside, I triple thicked it, put the painter's tape down, all that other stuff, and, next thing I know, it's sitting downstairs. I move a Swords of Fury down and I forget to, put a strap on the back box, and the back box comes falling down. You have that like split second where time just stops and you go, oh no, and you start diving for it. You realize you're not going to get there, and then you just shield your eyes and it just goes into thousands of tiny little pieces all over your basement. Yeah. I have pictures.
I've seen the pictures. They are. I work with glass on a daily basis, so I'm used to seeing broken glass. But even still, that's like, oh, I own one of those machines. I don't want to have to deal with that.
Not to interrupt Mike's story, but Chris just crushed that ball. What was that,
that was a
4x, 5x
4x.
multiplier? 5. He even had a new light illuminated above the saucer, which, what was that, a special?
That would be a
I think
special.
it's for special, yeah.
Yeah, the extra ball is at the top of the drop target bank.
So, anyways, back to Mike. It's like, I
Oh,
know
that's
how
alright.
long you've been wanting to get this Escalara to help move games easier, and to almost immediately, upon receipt, have that casualty. It was, when I saw that picture, I just wanted to cry for you.
It was one of those. So I was trying to get the Swords of Fury downstairs, and I couldn't get it at first because I realized that the banister to my basement was keeping the head. It was like just a little too wide, so I had to take the whole railing off and this and that. And I think I was just trying to rush it. And when you rush it in a pinball move, it is usually not a good idea.
Save.
Nice save.
Yeah, that seems like an awful lot of work for Lion Man, but it's Lion Man.
Lion Man's
It's
amazing.
Lion Man.
I love that game.
I mean, we finally have a few total nuclear annihilations on location, and even they love Lion Man.
Who would?
This is true. There is a shout out to Swords of Fury in Total Nuclear Annihilation. Thanks, Scott, for putting that in there, because it always gets a laugh when it comes around on the mystery award. I just wish it was actually in a possible award that did something.
Yeah.
If anything, the call out.
Speaking of
Hint.
Speaking of Lion Man, I saw on a thread the other day that there's apparently a ROM burn for that where you can get rid of the progressive jackpot and actually make it a fairer game with, I think it's 1.5 million for the jackpot there.
Oh, wow.
I haven't built it, or I haven't did it yet on the ROM burner, but I'm hoping to in the next couple days here. So I'll let you guys know how that turns out.
Oh, nice. ROM burner. I have to... I'm still contemplating. I have a Electra at my house, which has some interesting sound ROMs. So it's perfectly normal, and it'd be like, you have entered the... and it just starts sounding like a Lovecraftian horror has corrupted my game. And it's to the point where I'm like, I don't know if I want to actually get a new burn on this ROM.
I've got one. We can just bring it over and test it and see if
Yeah.
they're bad.
But it's corrupted in such an entertaining way. It's not like it's the sound doesn't work or it makes a loud pitch screech. It's kind of like the game is just something you'd find in an H.P. Lovecraft novel. The man in yellow meet the Electra in blue.
Oh, I am not doing that tap right.
Then chats.
Can you post pass?
I don't think you can post pass on this one, just by
Try
the
it.
nature of
Okay, shatzing is a bad idea too.
I don't know. That was a pretty good spinner shot.
That's
feel-
all I'm getting.
I feel
That's
with
all
the,
I'm getting.
With this era of Valley, with those pass-through lanes, the bottom of the sling is just a little bit kicked out further, so the post pass is really tough on these.
Yeah.
I would think, though, given that shape, that if it didn't work, you would get a safe return back to control. Hello.
That's safe number 3.
I had no part of that one.
And yet PD is currently still sitting in last.
That's trouble.
Oh, almost.
The pinball gods had favored Petey, but he hasn't been able to do much with it.
So apparently Lion Man is also on the back glass of TNA. I honestly did not notice
I
that.
have to go look at that.
It is a really cool back glass. This has a really cool back glass. We had to obviously chop up the feed to see the 4 displays, but
Would you care to explain it?
I did tilt all 3 balls. So there's that.
Jake, that's not a thing. No points shall be awarded.
Do you two guys want to talk about the Viking back glass while we've got a minute?
Well, there's some people and some swords.
And there's some damsels and some gems and
And of course, there's a
There's
a
yeah.
Viking king sitting there with his chalice of mead, just hanging out. Like, yeah, fight for me, guys. I want to watch this.
Oh, mead.
it's
I thought you said
mead.
chalice of mead. And I'm
Chalice
like,
of
why are you on the
mead.
back glass?
and then there's a dude like over his shoulder pointing like, check this out. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, this is pretty much the best bar fight I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of
And
just a
there's
bunch
fire.
of people chilling
Yeah.
out with 2 guys fighting to the death in gladiatorial combat. Everybody's having a good time. Somebody's probably gonna lose an arm.
At least.
Welcome to the Viking era.
Oh, my
You know,
goodness.
the only weird thing about it is they're kind of touching shields right now, and like either one of them could stab the other at any time, like totally no problem.
I'm pretty sure the dude in the yellow is about to stab the other guy in like the thigh or
Nice nudge.
the ankle. The guy's got a sword behind him. He's kind of he's screwed right now.
Oh boy.
What you guys can't see on the feed is there's some subtle but really important nudges being made like that.
Oh yeah.
Whew. Okay, so now we've got 2x 25,000. So that shot is big. Whew.
So
No
right
pre- no
orbit,
pressure, no pressure.
across the play field, into the saucer, nothing but net.
That shot is almost 1 PD right there.
Oh.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Wow.
As soon as it hit the flipper, I was like, that's not gonna have any bounce. It just it like sighed as it went down the middle.
All right, guys. I think that wraps it up for tonight. So
Very cool.
Yes,
all the
this is,
commentators and well, we got what 10 folks here tonight. So
Oh
great-
yeah, we've
great
got some new
turnout.
faces, old faces. Once again, Replay FX, July 26th through the 29th of this year. We've got even more space, more arcade games, more video games. Pinburg, as always. It's going to be a great time. And speaking of great times, see us this weekend at the Southern Fried Game Room Expo
Right.
in Atlanta, Georgia.
I'll be there. You'll be there, Doug. So John will not be there.
John will
but,
not be there.
A few of us looking forward to making the trip down from Pittsburgh. So
Oh, yes,
see you later this week.
Oh, definitely. And until this weekend, have a great week and keep flipping.
Sounds great.
Good night.
Take care, guys.